What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Midwest out here. And man, did we have quite a year in 2024. So we're going to sit here, do a nice little recap of everything that happened this year, talk about a couple things that we're going to try to do next year, and we're just going to lay it all out there. The whole 2024 year, the things we've done, the things we haven't done, the things we wish we would have done, the things we could have done better. But we're going to start it off right now. Beginning of the year, it was wet, it was cold, it was snowy, so we just kind of messed around in the snow. Circle 10 with the wolf and some steel targets. I think it was like 14-degree weather that day, but really wasn't much at the beginning of the year. I just had plans on what I wanted to do for the rest of the year, so we moved on and we tested the tele ammo. Like if you look here, open this up. Yeah, I just tear the box open. You can imagine how my Christmas presents are. But boom, paper bag, right? Okay, but wait, so that's 100, right? Yes. And then this would be 200, 360. Got a GED. There was a lot of talk about the tele ammo. A lot of people were buying it for the 7.62 because it was a new company. Came around introducing some ammo that was relatively cheap for as far as ammo prices go. But then everybody was wanting their 5.45 ammo. We need more 5.45. It's drying up. Everybody was panicking about the 5.45. So Tele came out with some 5.45 ammo, and there was some testing done, and it ended up being a bit corrosive. Well, it ended up being pretty corrosive. So I got myself 1,000 rounds of the 7.62 just to see if that was as bad. A squiggly S Batcher. Okay, there is a difference. Only with get a good stance here. Smoky. Ooh, look, it's like sizzling on the handguard there. A little smoky. Nothing. I mean, best value ammo. Nothing, dude. I mean, it looks like a dirty ass AK. My board of nails here from testing out the 7.62 ammo. It's been sitting in my garage this whole time, and from what I found, my 7.62 ammo, all 1,000 rounds shot through my KR 103, was fine. I cleaned it all out. I didn't see anything that looked like rust. No issues with it. Every single round fired. Every single round did what it was supposed to do. There was zero malfunctions, zero problems with the ammo. The only thing, like I said in that video, that I did have a problem with was the Tula ammo. And that is the rusty nail right there. Everything else, if you lift up these casings, everything else looks just like a dirty nail. But that one you can see is definitely the rusty nail. And that was the Tula, not the Tela. I don't shoot Tula ammo anymore. For one, kind of hard to find. And two, that kind of put me off to think that Tula wasn't as good as everybody thought it was. Yeah, it was cheap and it was fun at the time, but my rusty nail test has led me to believe that I'm not shooting that anymore. And if I am, I'm just going to clean the rifle right afterwards. It's not that big of a deal. As long as you know what it's gonna do and how to take care of it after the fact, you're gonna be okay. So take precaution with certain types of ammo. If you've never shot it before, don't let your gun sit around like I did for a couple months until you clean it and wait for it to get rusty and then get all upset like, oh, son of a bitch, it's rusty. Just clean your rifle afterwards, you know? Take precaution. If you want something to last, take care of it. You can't just beat it up, throw it in the closet or the safe, and expect everything to be all right later on, and then you get mad when you find out that it's not because you didn't take the precaution to take care of the rifle. Clean your rifles. I know, it's an AK. You're not supposed to clean it. It's supposed to run dirty. That's fantastic, but why take the chance? So we shot 1,000 rounds of that Tela. Like I said, everything on my end ended up fine. The Tula was the only one out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 types of ammo that I shot that ended up rusting the nail. Like I said, everything else, the nail was dirty. There was no rust on it, but the Tula ended up being the bad one in my test. Maybe you have different results. Maybe you've seen other things happen. But from where I stand, I'm a fan of the Tela ammo. Next time they get another shipment of it in here, I'm sure I'll be buying some because it's the cheapest stuff I can find. It's reliable, it works, and it's the cheapest stuff I can find. So why not shoot it? There's other ammo out there. There's like the Sterling's coming out. I haven't shot any of that yet. I'm probably going to try to get my hands on some of that because there's no Tela around at the moment and I'm running low on my 7.62. I've got ammo for looking at. I've got Golden Tiger. I've got some Barnall. I've got some Max Tech. But that's just for looking at. You don't shoot that ammo because I can't find it anymore. So why waste it? Like I was at a competition a while ago and my buddy was shooting all this Golden Tiger and I was like, what are you doing? I couldn't believe it. But to each their own, you know. If you want to shoot it, shoot it. So be it. Not me. I got looking at ammo. But let's keep on moving down the line here in 2024 because we're just at the beginning. After all that testing with the Tela ammo was done, it was almost springtime. So me and the boys were all getting pumped up because we bought tickets for Kalash Bash. Yep, Kalash Bash was coming up. We all had tickets. We were all excited to go. It was one big group of buddies from the Midwest and travel down there and have a good time. Meet a whole bunch of people that you never really get to meet. You only talk to them on Instagram, share your good memes, talk shit, have a good time. But this was a chance to go down to Texas, go to Kalash Bash. It was my first year there, and it was a blast, like I said. So we spent the next couple of weeks getting ready for that, just going to the range, practicing, BSing with the guys, having a good time, just getting pumped up for Kalash Bash. There you go. The Kalash Bash number 1, 2.
Let's go. Oh, what is that? Woo! That's a nice sticker. Oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah. It's hot. I'm wearing this wig, but I look like Mick Foley.
Like I said, you got to meet all types of people. Bumped into H-Town Werewolf, Fit and Fire, met Brandon Herrera. Who else was down there? Big Papa Fluffy, Possum, Kalash Kamaz was down there. There was just so many different people that you finally get to meet, you know, once and for all, after talking to them on Instagram forever or liking videos, liking pictures, whatever. A great melting pot to where you get to meet and see all the people that you've been talking to for who knows how long, a year, 2 years, couple months, couple weeks. It's a great time. It's a fun time. So if you have the chance to get down there, go ahead. I got my ticket for this year. Not 100% if I'm going, but I've got the ticket. I'm ready to go. I just need to make sure I can get the vacation time off of work first of all. But it was a great time. I loved it. Tons of prizes, good times, good people, good event, fantastic event. It's like a gathering of the juggalos for AK people. So it's already full of weirdos, you know, but it's a great time. After the K-Bash was done, I had to haul back to the Midwest. That was another 19-hour drive with zero sleep at all. I think I slept for a good 12 hours by the time I finally made it back to the Midwest. But Kalash Bash was all said and done, which was a great time. And now it's time to get ready for the next event that you got to do in 2024. Yep, that's right. We are getting ready for Kalashnikon, the toughest AK competition in the country as far as a lot of people are concerned, as far as everybody's concerned that's ever been there. It's not like any other competition. It's definitely my favorite competition because it's very physical, it's very grueling, it's a great time, lots of steel targets. I'm not a fan of pasting. I do my share of pasting, don't get me wrong. But if you can go to a match that's 90% steel and there's no repasting after the stages, that's fantastic. Who doesn't love that? Plus, shooting steel is way more fun than paper. It's reactive, you hear the ping, you get excited. It's a great time, great event put on by Kalashnikon. If you can, get a ticket to the 2025 Kalashnikon. Get yourself out there, test yourself, push yourself to the limit. Don't be intimidated. Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, it's going to make you really tired. It's going to make your feet hurt. You're going to be like, oh man, I'm exhausted. But when it's all said and done, you can actually drive home and tell yourself, I did it. I competed in the hardest AK competition in the country, and I did it. I finished. I had a great time. I met all types of awesome people, and you know, you did it. It's like I said, it's a fantastic event. I love going there.
There she is. Kalashnikon. Tommy's my boy. Impact! Nice. Same right here. Targets. Impact.
Hit, next target. Hit.
We're so close to the grasp of victory.
Over. 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 Showed up a little late. Yeah, a little rough. We had a couple drinks last night. Still didn't get any sleep. Nice.
There we go.
There you go. Nice. Safe move, safe move. Remember your hold.
It without this guy's magazines, because I'm an idiot and I forgot mine.
Yeah, I would never do that.
Not at all.
Like I said, Kalashnikon's a great time. Got to meet up with all the old squad mates from the year prior. There was Neil, there was Kyle, there was Clay, there was Paul, there was Tommy. You got awesome time, awesome stages, all types of stuff. You're running through jungles, you're climbing over walls, you're shooting through tires, you're just doing all types of crazy stuff that you wouldn't really expect at your average shooting competition. But like I said, Kalashnikon pushes you. It makes you a better shooter by the time you leave there. You meet great people, and you end up having a great time. It's fantastic. I highly suggest everybody goes to Kalashnikon because it's so great. I actually kind of got a little bit closer with Mark Krebs when I was there. Kind of talked to him at Kalash Bash. We live similarly close to each other. I've bought stuff from him before. I've never really reached out and talked to the man. Helped him set up his table a little bit at Kalash Bash when I seen him. Talked to him a bit more at Kalashnikon. And then me and Mark started off a nice friendship. He thinks I'm pretty cool. I think he's very cool. So it's great. Kind of been hanging out with him every weekend, just BSing at his shop, learning all types of stuff. Why wouldn't you want to learn from one of the best AK gunsmiths who's been doing it since you were in diapers? You know, the guy knows his stuff. So it's awesome that, you know, you make some good friendships there, things that help you out down the road. I'm learning a whole bunch of stuff about guns that I had no clue about, thanks to Mark. And it's a good time. And, you know, why wouldn't you want to hang out with somebody like that and learn? Learn as much as you can. But after Kalashnikon was over, we kept on moving further down the trough and then kind of started a podcast. It's been a rough year for me. I've been having a lot of mishaps making videos, a lot of mishaps editing videos. It hasn't exactly been my best on the video output per se this year, but I'm trying. I've got like almost 1,400 hours of overtime. I work like 8 days a week, and sometimes it's like 8, 10, 12, 16-hour days. So trying to do a podcast, trying to do videos, trying to make time for competition, trying to get out there and practice. I'm very much pressed for time, but I keep pushing, keep going forward, trying to just, stretch myself as thin as I can. I built this fantastic studio this year. I mean, it's not the greatest thing. We're going to do some rearranging, some new stuff for 2025, but I got a specific spot where I can shoot my videos, where I can do podcasts, because the podcast has actually turned out to be pretty awesome. Like I said, it all started because I kind of messed up in a video. My buddy Paul was in town that day, and I said, hey, I got an idea to do something. Let's just do this. I'll put it out this week for a video. We'll see where it goes. And the response to the podcast has honestly been amazing. The Shooter Are You Ready podcast. Got a lot of compliments from a lot of people. Been getting messages from a lot of people. Been getting emails from people talking about it. And it's just been fantastic. I've had some amazing guests on there. I mean, of course, Paul, my co-host, is awesome. We've had Tommy on there. We've had Shinobi Welding on there. Clayco47 was on there. Bolts and Holes has been on there. Just so many cool people. Like Moisha was on there. We did a 2-parter with Moisha, and I just learned so much more about shooting and how to physically and mentally prepare myself for stages, which was a lot of things I was just kind of putting to the side and just showing up and shooting, not really mentally focusing on the task at hand. So if you haven't checked out the Shooter Are You Ready podcast, check it out. It's on Spotify. It's on YouTube. We're making videos. We do just audio on the Spotify. Give it a listen. Enjoy it, because it's a good time. You get to really hear some interesting things from all different types of people in the shooting community. So look out for the Shooter Are You Ready podcast in 2025. We've got some great guests lined up. Already have talked to some great guests. Hopefully some of them will return. Hopefully we've got some great guests that you've been wanting to talk to, that you've wanted us to talk to in 2025. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Who do you want me to try to talk to? Because I have no problem reaching out to people and getting turned down and then trying to reach out to them later on. I have no shame. I will message anybody and ask them if they would like to be a guest on the podcast. So leave it in the comments. You want me to talk to so-and-so or this guy or this person? Please, all suggestions are welcome. I appreciate it. Let me know what you want to hear on the Shooter Are You Ready podcast. So after Kalashnikon was over, it was about the beginning of summertime, so we had some time to practice. We hit up a lot of local events. Just, 1-day competition, 6 stages, me and a couple buddies, just to keep loose, just to keep the practice going, just so you don't get rusty. It was a good time. Found some spots we've never been to before that had some good events, and just, kept practicing, kept hanging out with the boys, kept having a good time. I made some videos on optics. I made some videos on different furniture. I made some videos on different types of triggers. Just letting everybody know who's not exactly an old hand at the AK platform, all the different types of things you can do with it, all the different optic mounts you can use, all the different optics you can mount on it, different types of triggers you can use, different types of furniture you can put on. Just trying to help people out who are just now getting into the Kalashnikov platform, who have some questions, who might want to know about something else. Hey, can I put this furniture on here? Hey, what kind of optics should I use on this? Does this trigger work good? Is this trigger better than this trigger? Just little informative videos, which actually did pretty well. I'm hoping to do some more stuff like that later on, because it seemed like people really liked it. Appreciate you guys watching all the videos this year so far. Like I said, right now we're only in the middle mark of 2024, but just wanted to stop. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Give it a like. Give it a share. Give me some comments. Tell me what you'd like to see in 2025. Tell me what you've seen in 2024 that you'd like to see more of. I really appreciate the feedback. It helps me. It helps you. And then together, we can become good buddies. So give me a high five. And like I said, leave a comment. Tell me what you're thinking. Halfway through the year, we're at about June-ish right now. And then come July, it was time for the next competition. Mitten State Mayhem. That happened in about July. Me, my buddy Jeff, my buddy Paul, we all caravanned out there. And it was in Carroll, Michigan. It's a 1-day event. It's very fun. I've never been there before. I tried going last year. I couldn't obtain tickets in time, but I was so glad I went this year. Met some great people, and like I said, it's a fantastic event. Great stage build up for the range they were at. Got to meet Moisha, and that was good because that ended up being a fantastic podcast later on. Got to hang out with John Roche, and his fantastic mustache was on the squad, and it was just a good time. But talking about competitions, this wasn't the last one I was at in the year, but I did something this year I didn't notice until about a month ago. I really started thinking about it, I did something that I tell everybody not to do, and I'm very guilty of it. I used 5 different rifles in 5 different competitions. Get my head on straight in 2025. I'm going to pick 2 of them. I'm going to have a 5.56 rifle. I'm going to have a 7.62 rifle. And that's what I'm using during competition. I'm going to quit jumping around from this rifle to this rifle. Oh, I got this new optic on here. I want to use it. I just put this muzzle brake on here. There's new furniture on this one. It's going to be so much better. Quit being an idiot. Midwest, just stick to a rifle that you know works. Practice with that one. Get very good with it. Get the best you can with that one rifle instead of jumping from rifle to rifle to rifle every time you go to a different competition. And then all I do is bitch and complain. I should have brought that other rifle. I don't know why I brought this one. Don't do that. Don't be like me at all. Be yourself. Pick a rifle that works. Practice with it. Be good with it. Know that thing inside and out. And take that thing to competition. Every competition you go to. Unless there's a tragic problem with it. Unless your bolt blows up. Unless your front tronium's cracked. Unless your fucking receiver's in half. Other than that, practice with one rifle and use it. I'm telling myself this. I'm not saying this to you in the video. I'm going to watch this and hopefully burn this into my own head that I need to stop taking multiple rifles to multiple events. Get proficient, get good with 1 or 2 of them, and then stick with them. That's what you need to do.
Oh!
But Mitten State Mayhem was fantastic. That's on the plan for 2025 is to go back to there because, like I said, it was a great event. It wasn't too far from home. Great people, good event, good stages, good time overall. The WBP got the furniture swap, took the KPYK off, put some JMac on, took the JMac off, switched it over to the KPYK. So what was my 5.56 rifle with the KPYK is now a 7.62. What was the 7.62 JMac is now my 5.56 JMac. So I just took both of them and kind of did this number to them after an event because I realized I liked the lighter furniture on the 5.56. I liked the bit bulkier, heavier furniture on the 7.62. So I'm constantly just moving stuff around. This is that whole thing again of pick a rifle and just keep it that way. No, not me. I'm always looking for something else to do. I'm always moving stuff around, and I need to stop it. It's not a good habit to have. It's fun. Yes, it's fun to always get different stuff and swap things around. But it doesn't always work out for you. It might make a great picture, but it's not always going to work out for you when it comes to competition. After we got done with Mitten State, and that was a fun time, we went ahead and got ready for Thunder on the Tundra. Thunder on the Tundra is one of my favorite events. It was the very first competition I went to that got me started into the competition shooting. It was my 3rd year there. Actually co-sponsored a stage this year. Gave away some prizes at the end. Made up some stupid little games for people to win stuff. Gave away some Bakelite magazines, some AK All Day t-shirts. Gave away some ammo.
And for you, sir, a Bakelite magazine. And I think it's 5 of clubs. Yeah. Oh God! I got a large. Any small people? Another extra large. Anybody want a medium? I know there's some little guys around here. Medium. Yeah. You get a small. And that's what I got.
Fantastic time. I love everybody there that puts that event on. It was fantastic this year. It was all video game themed. Did your Mario stage, your Grand Theft Auto stage, your Metal Gear Solid stages. your zombies from Black Ops stage.
Thing going on.
Ah, he got me.
See?
Ding.
Found time.
He got me before I got him.
How's it going?
That's why he's my guy. Look at this shirt.
How was your guys' drivers?
Double feet. Get it out. Come on, really? Fight through it. Come on, you got it. You got it.
Good. And they run well.
Good time overall. I did terrible at Thunder on the Tundra. I did just awful at Thunder on the Tundra. I was trying to double tap everything. It wasn't working out for me. My second shot was always hopping off to the right a little bit, and it was just causing me to have, let's see, FTNs or FTEs. No, it was causing me to have a lot of FTNs, only one shot on target, not two. That was my own fault for trying to just go fast and double tap everything instead of taking my time, making sure my shots were on paper, calling my shots, knowing that I hit it, and moving to the next one. So just get into your own little zone. Make sure your shots count. Don't worry about speed. It comes over time. But the worst part about it all, I was stuck inside of my own head, beating myself up for the first day. Couldn't get past it. Second day is when I realized, use a rifle that you know works. Don't just take something because it's fun. Because I went and took the Galil, and that ended up turning into a bolt gun because I was using magazines in it I've never used in it before. And it just didn't work out for me the way I wanted it to. So if I would have just used the rifle that I knew I was good with, if I would have just took my time to make my shots, could have done a lot better at Thunder on the Tundra. Granted, I was still in like the halfway mark of all the competitors on my worst day, so that kind of made me feel a little bit better. On the worst competition I've ever shot, the worst I've ever done at shooting at competition, I still did better than half the people there. So that's a bonus on my part. That's the best thing I can say about that as far as how it went for me. Other than that, it was a fantastic competition. It was a good time. If you're up in the northern Midwest and Wisconsin area, I suggest you check it out. Hopefully I'll see you there in 2025 because I know I'll be there, and if you are, that would be amazing. Aside from that, that was when me and Mark Krebs really started hitting it off after Thunder on the Tundra. Like I said, I really like hanging out with Mark. He's a funny guy. He's very knowledgeable. He knows his stuff. He isn't going to steer you wrong if you ask him an opinion or something about your rifle. What do you think's going on with this? What do you think I should change on this? He's always got something to tell you, and you need to listen when Mark's talking. That's the one thing I had to learn. But it's been great hanging out with Mark. I try to go up to his shop every Saturday. We've been working on some things together, and it's been nothing but a good time. I'm so glad that I met Mark at Clash Bash, talked to him a little bit more at KCON, talked to him even more at Thunder on the Tundra, and now it's like a once-a-week thing. I go hang out with Mark. We shoot the shit. We talk guns. We're kind of working on something right now, but I'll show you that hopefully later in 2025. You'll get to see what we're working on. But it's been a great year. Met a lot of good friends. A lot of cool stuff has happened, and I gained a lot more subscribers, and I thank you guys for that. But stick to the rifles that you know work when you go to competition. That's my final thing of advice for the 2024. Stick with what you know. Don't be like me and, let's say, what's the first competition? First competition I went to was Kalash Bash. I started with the SLR 107 at Kalash Bash. I used this for a few stages, had a good time with it. I did have a triangle stock on here. I since have replaced that with this Krebs AR adapter with the B5 stock on here, and I like it a lot better. But started the competition off with this, and then ended up using the KR 103. This is my backup rifle that has always worked, and I don't know why I just use it as a backup rifle. I needed to just start using this as like the primary and start running competitions with this. So maybe I'll start doing that in 2025 as my 7.62 rifle. So those were the two I used at Kalash Bash. And then when I went to KCON, I ended up using this rifle. This is the WBP, and this was in 5.56 at the time. This is the 7.62 version, but same furniture, same layout. I used this rifle at KCON for the first day. What did you use the second day when you didn't want to use the WBP? I went back to the KR 103 because this is my absolute fantastic backup, and I know it's going to work because it always works, and I love this thing. Then, after that, after KCON, we went to, let's see, Mitten State in July. It was, oh, Midwest, what rifles did you use at Mitten State? I'll show you. Once again, the Arsenal SLR 107. I used this for the first stage at Mitten State. I got this new optic mount on here, got the new RS Regulate mount on there, had an Arsenal mount on it. Didn't really sight it in as good as I wanted to. It was good enough. No, it wasn't. That's what I told myself. So I used this for the first stage, and then, I wonder, what did you use after that? Boom, the 103, because it's trusty, it works. And this is what I finished the stage with, because it works, and it's never gave me any issues. I've shot thousands and thousands of rounds through this thing, and I've never had one issue. So, after Mitten State Mayhem was over, we moved on to the next one, Midwest. What did you use at Thunder on the Tundra? I'll show you. I used the WBP with the JMac furniture. This was in 7.62 at the time, and now it is 5.56. This is what I used the very first day at Thunder on the Tundra, and I tried to double tap everything, and it backfired on me, and it gave me terrible scores. So the next day, I didn't use this. I used using this Galil like crazy because it was short, it was fun, and it's very loud with this unrivaled brake on here. And if you don't know about the unrivaled brakes, I can't talk about them enough. They're fantastic. I used this on day 2. I started using magazines I've never used in it, and it wouldn't feed properly in the middle of a stage. So it turned into a bolt action gun, which was stupid on my part for switching guns. But, so I used the Galil, the KR 103, the WBP, the SLR 107, and then the other WBP. Now, stick to something that works. I got to pick a 7.62. I got to pick a 5.56. So I'm thinking in 2025, it's going to be the WBP in 5.56 or the 7.62 KR 103. I've been messing with this for real too, and I might take that to Winter KCON and totally go against everything I just told you in the video. I don't know. I'm too indecisive. I want to shoot everything and have a good time. But look at that sweet pool noodle stock adapter. I mean, this thing is really coming along nicely. I took it to a competition last weekend. Might change the trigger. See, here I go. Changing stuff again. It's got this FIME trigger on it. Not really a huge fan of it. I don't mind the FIME triggers. I have one in my M90, but for some reason, I just don't like it in that rifle. 2025, got so much planned this year. We're going to the Winter KCON. We have tickets for Kalash Bash. We're going to Summer KCON. We're going to Mitten State. We're going to Masters, possibly. We're doing Thunder on the Tundra. That's 6 events that I've got planned. Hopefully I can get to 5 of them. If one of them has to be left out, it is what it is. Like I said, I work a lot. I do a whole bunch of other stuff. I do the podcast. I do these videos. I try to practice. I go to competitions. I have a family to take care of. It's just a lot. And I got a new puppy. So my plate is just completely full at the moment. I don't know what I'm doing in 2025. But hopefully I see you wherever I end up. Hopefully you're at one of these competitions and we get to talk a little bit. And thank you for watching this video. I've been talking for way too long. But this has been my 2024 recap. I appreciate you guys for watching. Like I said, hit the subscribe button. Check out the store, akallday.net. Got some new merch coming out next year. Got a couple different t-shirt designs I'm working on right now. Gonna have some different hats coming out. All types of other stuff. Who knows? But I'm Midwest Savage. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.